Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, this is Doc T. We are on this week of Shark Doc Talk with Dr. Deonson over there. We're actually trying to Zoom because I'm actually in San Francisco for the game tonight. So
Yeah.
let's see how this works. We apologize for any audio or uh, visual disturbances. Try to hope, fingers crossed, no blurriness. But yeah. So, we're learning this whole new stuff. It's all kind of cool seeing this stuff here. I've never seen myself on a video hotel, and it's weird to talk to the camera, but your face is over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we're here in San Fran. We got a game, our last preseason game tonight. So we
Fun.
can see some of the last guys kind of figure out if they can get on the roster or put some good tape down. So it's always intense for those guys. All the starters are gonna be benched tonight, I think. So it'll be
100%.
fun to watch. Yeah, fun to watch young guys go.
Yeah, I think we wanted to kind of do this podcast where you were in San Francisco, just because we've alluded to it multiple times where we're working with the team.
Yes.
How has that been? I know when we talk about chiropractic school or like PT school, everyone kind of wants to kind of get their hands on the pro level of some sort. We have experience. You have way more experience than I do.
Yeah.
How has that been? Like when you first got asked to go do it versus not do it, like what were your thoughts on all that?
Well, the first one was like, holy shit. That was right off the bat. Like, I got the voicemail and I was kind of like, is that real? And I called him back. There's a guy from San Diego. He's like, yeah. And they just kind of went through the process. Now, my year 9, you definitely have everything. Like, my schedule's, I'll give you an example for this trip. I love Saturday night games, honestly, because Sunday you get to relax and watch football.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's true.
It's nice because usually our games are 1 o'clock. So we're playing while everybody else is playing. So we're constantly up the scoreboard or checking fantasy, whatever. So it's always kind of funny, but these ones are the best. But I'll give you a quick sample. So Friday for me was up at 5 a.m., patients at 7. I had some other personal stuff to get done with the car. Drive up to El Segundo, get on a bus, get on a plane, get on a bus, get to the hotel. I treated last night until about 11 o'clock p.m. and then had to get up at 5:30 this morning to get my workout in so I can go do treatments again this morning. Give us time to do this because I was excited about doing this for the first time. And I'll be getting on a bus in an hour to go to the stadium. And then we do 3 hours of treatments before the game and then head out of the tunnel and game time. And then get back on a bus, get back on a plane, get home about 1 o'clock in the morning tonight to get back on a plane tomorrow at 8 a.m. So
so he's a busy man. It's a busy man. It's a lot of moving. At least in my experience so far. I hate to say it's like there's a lot of like last minute small changes, but there can be a lot of last minute small changes. Basically, like if you see game time decision on the front end, or I should say the back end when you guys are seeing it. Sometimes it's game time decision for you as in like what's going on here, and let's go do that.
They change on the fly. Our bus, I can get a text right now. Our bus is leaving at 12 instead of 12:30. I was like, okay, I'll be right there. Yeah. So it just kind of it ebbs and flows. You you have from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Nobody's bugging you. Unless one of the main players gets, tweaks their neck or back. Like one of the guys last night slept wrong and tweaked his back. So he comes down and you're looking like, how? I was teasing the guys so I saw about 20 guys last night.
That's a lot.
Staff, couple coaches, 3 staff. Like it was I was kind of laughing because we always can tell. I think you've heard me joke about this in the OTAs and whatnot, but you got the preseason back and you have midseason back and then you have playoff back. And all of them were distinctly different. Yeah. And so we should have preseason back right now. And I saw 20 plus guys and I was like, it was a 45-minute flight. I don't quite know what happened on the plane, but that should not happen when we land. So it is kind of an interesting when you travel because these are big men. Some of the beds we sleep in tonight wasn't bad or last night, but some of the beds are I'm 200 pounds and they're comfortable. If you're 260, 300, it's miserable. So it's challenging. It's challenging. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you just mentioned like the size of some of these guys too at the pro level. I think we hear about it online, like they're 6'6", 290 or 280, whatever it is. Yeah. Like how is it working on someone that big and like that muscular?
Tiring. At least. Last night we had a lot of big guys, a lot of linebackers, D-line, couple O-line. So it's you learn. I mean, you've had the experience now. You've got to learn to adjust your body and your positioning. And we do a lot of soft tissue, like I did mostly soft tissue last night. So I was exhausted. That's more tiring than adjusting. Adjusting, get the right
Yeah.
levers is not that big a deal. But when you're
Hmm.
trying to move a 100-pound leg or, hold up a 250-pound body doing some move, it's like, oof, it gets
Oh yeah.
tiring. So
Oh yeah.
I've learned like techniques to put stress off of me and kind of have them do the movement, get it done. But bottom line
Hmm.
is, I'm a paid doctor to treat them and fix them, and
Yeah.
that's my job. So it's kind of like that's the expectation, And that's the same thing in our clinic.
Oh yeah.
We have the same expectation. It's just, a big person in our clinic is one guy, I'm talking about. He's 6'6",
Yeah.
but he's like 230.
Yeah.
230 is not a big deal.
Hmm.
6'6", 290, that's a big deal.
Oh, it's a
Because that
yeah.
60
It's different.
pounds is probably 40 pounds of muscle and
Uh-huh.
maybe 20 pounds of fat, because of the
Oh
size.
yeah.
But man, it's not.
It's tough. I mean, you laughed at me a couple times and made fun of me
Mm,
when I first started when you brought me up to
I didn't
OTAs and
make
all
fun
that.
of you. I teased you. I
It's kind of the same thing.
teased. It's teasing. And when you have sweat in the armpits and everything, it's just like,
Oh yeah,
ooh,
I
he's
was
working.
dying. Yeah, I was dying. Well, it's like that first week or so, I forgot how long it was. It's all a blur at this point where I started to,
Yeah,
work
tell me
with
about it.
you and try to help you out. Yeah,
Yeah.
and trying to figure out how it worked. I had a couple like just linemen, and just to put it in perspective, like I'm 5'4", so I'm not a tall guy by any means, but I'm also not weak. I'm pretty strong. It's just these 6'4" guys. I'm just looking up the entire time. They're on the table, and then you've also mentioned this where you pick up their leg, and their leg is literally the size of your waist, and
Yeah.
you're just kind of sitting there in awe. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Sometimes, and then if they like you, they come back to you too. You're like, okay, my hands are gonna be so sore, but I'm a sweater just naturally, and now
Likewise.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to work, and I was pouring. So yeah, I had a couple
And
towels
also,
wiping off my head.
we got to remember this too. This is the thing that, I get this my whole career. I've seen this. And you see,
Mhm.
well, I'm a sports chiropractor. I'm a sports chiropractor. And I kind of laugh like, maybe, because like when I work on the guys this morning, I know these two guys I'm working on, I have
Mhm.
to get them right to get on that
Yeah.
field so they feel they can
Mhm.
perform because they're trying to make a team, whether it be the Chargers or some
Mhm.
other team, because cut day is Monday or Tuesday. So this is
Mhm.
it,
Yeah.
last day for film, right? And so the
Mhm.
stress of that on me as a doctor going, okay, yes, my expectation is to fix them, right? This is not a traumatic injury,
Mhm.
whatever. So that makes me sweat a little bit. That makes me a little
Yeah.
more on mentally, like, because it's not like a patient where you have time to talk and you can chat and you can do this, that, and the other. You got 7 minutes
Yeah.
and you're hoping this is not complicated. And so you
Oh
work
yeah.
this and you work that, and you're like, okay, that worked. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's hit this. And so you just kind of get down these paths and you have a little bit of time to try to make them as good of an athlete as they can be. And they're elite athletes. They can
Mhm.
feel this stuff. It's not like, they can go home and they can rest up or whatever. We're hitting the field here. What do we got? So
Oh
that's
yeah.
the interesting part of that being a sports chiropractor is,
Mhm.
if you have athletes come in your office who play pickleball or play soccer or play basketball, but we're talking about athletes that are competing at a level like you, my
Mhm.
friend, congratulations, are going to be
Yeah.
working the sideline with some football teams, baseball teams, and softball teams. Right
Yeah.
now, this may be a high school level, but there's still like high school level sports is still pretty high.
Yeah.
College is obviously higher, and then
Mhm.
pros, the
Up there.
moon.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that you've got to experience the difference between the weekend
Mhm.
warrior in our office versus the getting paid to play
Yeah.
at a
100%.
very high level, right? And
Yeah.
that's the nuance when we talk about this stuff on the podcast, what the difference is and how we look at things differently. That's a
Mhm.
monumental difference.
Oh
And it's
yeah.
funny, these like your experience. What was it, past Wednesday?
Something like that. I can't even
What it
remember
was,
anymore.
Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
You and I was like quiet, 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 wham.
Sprint.
I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
it was
That
35
was
minutes of
great.
like, I got 4 minutes on a meeting. Totally. Let me fix the world in four
Let me
minutes.
figure stuff out. Yeah, it was funny because so just to paint the picture, me and Doc T were right next to each other with our Cairo tables out. We're looking at the time. They said by this time they should be coming in for treatment. Technically, we'll only have a quote unquote hour. So really, to get through as many people as you want, that's not really a long time. And also, as a heads up, we had two other massage therapists next to us. Um, they don't come in for like the first 5 minutes, and then I noticed they're not coming in for like the next 10. And then I looked over to the massage therapist because I don't think he fully knew what was about to happen because I looked at him and was like, hey, it's going to be a sprint. He's like, oh, yeah, maybe. And then doors open, five people in a row. I need this, and this. And they're like, okay, well, we gotta roll. Keep going.
It's funny because the quality of care doesn't change. You
Yeah.
just can't always do what you want to do.
Oh yeah.
Which there's no expectation. I can't move mountains, but to give you an example of what you just said last night was hilarious. I set my stuff up, and we started at 8:30. I got there at 8:20. Set my stuff up. I had my back turned, getting something. I turn around. I have 6 guys standing in front of me. 5 sit down, 1 hits the table. And as I'm working, literally 1 gets off the table, 1 comes on, 1 sits down. And it went like that for basically 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to eat. I went to go get food at 8:20. For whatever reason, they're running late, which happens. We'll be done at 8:45. I was like, okay, I'll eat then. 2.5 hours later, my room eating. 11:30 last night. I'm just like starving, just shoveling food. And the guy's like, "Want me to heat this up for you?" I'm like, "No, I don't care. Cold steak and chicken is fine. I need food, man." That was the pummeling I just took. So it is a fun experience for sure. By no means is it easy, but definitely, as you can tell with my smile, it's like I'm exhausted, but I had fun. And just a side note, I'm a Niners fan, so this is like really kind of bittersweet when you get to go to the stadium of your team that you grew up as a child.
Yeah.
I can actually shoot. Can I flip my camera around?
I don't know. I haven't tried.
Nope, I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Let's try it. Nope, that's camera gone. Anyway, the stadium is. Oh shoot, I can just hold it up here. You tell me if you see it.
Yeah, you can just hold it up.
So when I travel, you never know what room you're gonna get, right? I've gotten really nice rooms, and I've got like, it's a room. I'm not paying for it, whatever. This one, just so you guys can see, out to the balcony, and then there's a stadium.
Yeah.
So,
it's right there.
As a fan, everything else. Last night they were doing lights. I'm gonna post up some of the video and pictures of them, prepping for the game today. But it's like when I really back it down, I'm still a fan. I'm a Niners fan at heart, but I'm a Charger fan also. But you look across that stadium, you're like, oh, it's about to get nasty in there. It's about to. We're butting some heads, so it's kind of it's exciting. So that's fun. They always ask me when I'd stop doing this. I'm like, when it's no longer fun. And I'll be honest, having the new coaching staff, all respect to the other coaches that we had in the past, this is just a different staff, different feel, different vibe. And it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun to see.
Oh yeah.
So. Yeah.
You definitely mentioned something, a couple things interesting there. Like I'll go to the first one before we go to the second one. First one, you said being a sports chiropractor or a chiropractor that really works with people in sports. So they're really 2 different things. We're working with teams where it has to be they're trying their best to play that week or that day, and we're trying to get them there. And there's no questions. It's just straight results, right? Versus someone, when we were talking about a chiropractor that happens to be treating someone in sports, it's like, oh, there's an injury, but let's make sure we can kind of get them on whenever we can get them on. Yeah. It's a different one in our world. It's like we have to go. We have to make sure they can get on now if we can, right? The other one thing that you touched on that I thought was kind of fun was you said you were a Niners fan, but you work with the Chargers. That's pretty common, right? Not necessarily being a Niners fan and working for the Chargers, but something where like you're a fan of another team, but you work for someone else. How is that? Have you run into someone else? Yeah.
No. Well, not a lot, because it's funny. In California, there's a lot of transplants. There's a lot of people like myself from different cities, different states, whatever. Other places I go, there's not a lot of them. Like usually they're kind of born and raised in the area, and so not a lot. There's been a few, but not a lot. But to give you context again, this is my favorite story. And it's funny because I think on the podcast I had mentioned this in the past. This is the context. I hope everybody kind of feels what, the stadium's right there, a bus. We're going there in like an hour. So this is where that interesting thing came. So, you talk about game time decisions, trying to get people right, getting ready. So I have multiple stories, but this is my one favorite one. So we had it when very first year, we went to Oakland Coliseum. So it was in Oakland, California, before they went to Vegas. And we had just signed a D lineman for 40, 50, 60 million, something like literally contract year, just got a new contract. Game 1, my first game by myself, he throws his back out, tweaks his back.
Ooh.
They take him over to the temp. It's a D lineman, okay? So this is not a easily malleable person. This is a large human being. We go to the tent. He just wants me to adjust him. He's like, no, just adjust me. It'll be fine. And I've now got to be doctor. Like chiropractic doctor, sports medicine doctor on the field.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where you kind of get that little chill like, whoa, it's a lot. And of course I'm
Mhm.
ready for it, I'm feeling for it, but it's still that I'm a human. You're like, oh, so I go start doing my thing. He can't wait there. He can't do all the red flags are just like, you're done. There's nothing you can do. But now I have to turn around to the head trainer and coach and tell them he's out.
Mhm.
First quarter, first game, D lineman. I'm making the call. This guy can't play in the NFL today.
Yeah.
And that sent a chill down my spine. Because like, all right, cool, he's out, done, moved on. And I was like, oh, it's like, wow. And it's like, again, it's like one of those things where in the office, it's a patient, they want to run, they run 5Ks, they do CrossFit, what have you. It's like, hey, you hurt yourself, you're not getting paid to play, right? And we say this a lot, but it's really, if you
Mhm.
think about it, it's true. They're paying to play, so why would you pay to hurt yourself, right? It makes no sense. This gentleman is paid to do this job, play.
Oh yeah.
And there you are, like, I can't do it. You're done. You can't wait
Yeah.
there. You can't move. There's no way you're going on the field right now. And that's the difference in that, like, understanding of the sport versus understanding of being a doctor and just treating patients.
Yeah.
It's just it's a separate entity, and that's a great example of that. I've had multiple situations like that. One was a playoff game that I was like, you can't go. And I kid you
Mhm.
not, if you ever hears this, I don't think you ever will, but I might send it to him on purpose so you can hear this. Because I remember the game, the play, Denver, everything. He goes, just jump on my back. That's what my other guy does, and it works every time. I go, no. National TV during a Monday night playoff, I'm not jumping on your back. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not going to happen. There's 3 minutes in the game. We won. It's done. Go rest. There's no way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
on the field, and that's kind of one of those surreal moments. You're like, this is crazy. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
I
60,000
I
people
haven't
screaming and
experienced that
yelling.
yet.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced anything like that yet, but I probably will eventually.
No. Yeah, you never know. It's a wild world we live in. I never thought when I was your age, where you are now, I'd be where I am now, because that was never
Yeah.
a possibility. There's
Mhm.
no football teams around here until
Yeah.
they moved up. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's a great story.
that's our experiences there. Yeah, that's fun. It's
Oh yeah.
stressful but fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We kind of forget that. I shouldn't say forget. Like, although yes, we are playing a role in specific areas. Like, yeah, we're trying just to help them feel better and make sure that they're working, moving well.
Hmm.
We also have to play the doctor as well, as in like we have to
Yeah.
report the athletic staff, see if anything else is going wrong, and really that's our job. Although sometimes we aren't making all the bigger calls, right? You had to make the bigger call on that
Yep.
one. Um, we still have to put our doctor brains on. We're not, your quote unquote massage therapist that's just working on soft tissue to do everything else. We have to clinically
Right.
think through those issues. I think,
Yep.
yeah, it was one time in OTAs. I was treating this one patient, came up to me in the room, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, my toe hurts, my knee hurts, my back hurts, and low back hurts." I'm like, "Hold on, time out. I
Sounds about right.
need to think about that. Let me think about that one." Just because I was
My
like,
left toe right.
is this because, yeah, is this like a ridiculous type of thing, or is this something where
Right. Yeah.
it's a football
Differentiate
injury? So
diagnose.
yeah, and I had to think about that one for a little bit too. But the best part was is just because I think part of it he thought I was just a young kid trying to help, maybe and I look pretty small in there. I get it. He was just like, yeah, I didn't tell any of the athletic training staff. So that would for us, what we have to do is when we hear that,
What we
we
don't
have to
say.
go talk to
The
them.
communication line
Yep.
is beyond paramount importance.
Mhm.
There's a lot of guys that won't see outside or won't see in team doctors because they want to get it treated, not really have it known, which I can understand
Yeah.
given the contracts and everything. It's just what it is. So there's a lot of times they're going to come see me like this morning or before the game where they've been getting worked on by somebody else all week. And then they're coming to see me and I have no idea what they've done. I've got about 4 to 6 minutes per player, right? Depending. And I've got to try to figure out like, okay, what's going on? Back hurt. Okay, cool. What have you been doing? When's the last time you got treated? And when's this and that? I've got to do all this real quick to try to figure out how I can help them get on the field. And that's probably the biggest challenge that we have. Like as field docs, like you're going to run into it too with some of the kids you'll see. They'll come over with the knee pain. How long has it been going on? 3 weeks. Well, have you been seen? Yeah, I've been seeing somebody, some PT or some kind or whatever. It's like, okay, shoot. Okay, so I have to figure out how to help them now so they can go on the field now. Also, with kids, kids are different. These guys are paid to play, right? So, most of the guys will happily take a pain field and go back on the field and play, right? But if you got a 12-year-old, I can't do that. 12-year-old's like, no, you're done. Just you're not going to Olympics. You're not going to the pros tomorrow. Just let's go heal you up. But it's an interesting world to live in. Like when you're sitting here on the field looking at these guys going, I got to make sure I'm communicating to the athletic trainers, to the orthopedic surgeons, blah, 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 and get it all surfaced out so we can go, okay, cool. so I can work on them. Yep, cool. All right, here we go. Green light.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it is a good thing. But the great thing too is these guys, this is what people really, I think, is these little pieces behind the scenes. They literally have a team behind them
Yeah.
to make sure that everything is as best as it possibly can be for them. And you see now, if you've been in the training room, the litany of machines they have. They have 8 bays, 8 different machines, plus 3 over there, plus 4 over there. And it's just like they've got everything they possibly need. So that's the recovery part. We always talk about this in the clinic. You got patients that want to work out like these guys do, but they don't come see us or inconsistently see us. And that's a big deal too. Is it's a fun component to see what your doctor skills can do, what your treatment skills can do, what your rehab skills can do at those levels. Because now you've covered the spectrum. You know what I mean? You got it. What 9-year-old to a professional football player.
Oh yeah, they're different for sure.
But it's like your brain capacity and understanding and comprehension is gone from this to this to this to this, and that's the coolest part. I think is that experience to really understand it. And then when you look at a 9, 10, 11-year-old who doesn't move well, and you look at a 25, 30-year-old football player, you're like, I can see how they can get from here to there. So how can I help this kid today so it doesn't end up like that football player at 35?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's a really cool. I'm just talking about the coolness of the experience, what we get to see and do. And then I'll tell you the best part. I get to ask orthopedic surgeons all kinds of questions all the time. Because we travel on like some of the bigger trips to East Coast. We'll leave on Friday. We'll have 2 treatment sessions on Saturday, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. So we've got 2 3-hour windows to sit and pick their brain. So all the patients I have, all the questions I have, I get to ask them questions and kind of get the feedback. And so it allows me to learn even more. Like I mentor you a little bit on this and that as being a doctor. I still have a finite amount of knowledge and you're catching up to me. So when I talk to them, it just makes my knowledge base go higher. And it's not like I'm going to perform surgery on anybody, but I learn really cool things and it helps me help the patient or player get from point A to point B faster. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Oh yeah. I think the best thing about at least what I've seen so far, because I've only been doing some of this stuff for a little bit here, the whole fact of like an integrative clinic for the pro athlete, I can see the benefits for just the regular person too, right? The fact that we're able to talk to the PTs in the room and the ATs. I haven't talked to any of the MDs yet in the room just because they haven't really. I haven't crossed paths with them yet. But you're able to talk to them, pick their brains, and then you realize that instead of us, quote unquote, fighting with each other as everyone does online, like we actually work really well together, and we should be able to communicate certain things and help each other help the patient. Right? How was your experience with that? Has it been like a positive experience? Has it been negative? How has that been like working with
the other
fellow girls?
It's been awful. No, it's interesting because we're on our second set of medical teams, right? So we had Hogue for the first 7 seasons. Then went to UCLA Health last year and this year. I think because I've always wanted an integrated clinic. Like even when I was a young like student before I graduated, I always envisioned having a clinic with massage, PT, chiropractic, medical, like all under one roof. That way, when a patient comes in, like orthopedic surgeons, they don't need to be seeing people with sprained ankles, or my shoulder hurts, so I raise it overhead. But that's really, it's like those cases should be coming to us because that's what we do, or a physical therapist who's similar to us. But the integrated part it's the coolest thing on the planet to see when it's flowing, especially when they have interns going too. It's just bing, 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 bing. These players are hitting 5 stations, and they go home feeling like $1 million. And their only job now is go home, eat, and rest, take a nap. Like we've done everything, but it's been great. And the medical doctors, the whole group, I got to know really well because I kind of knew them from the past because they were local. The UCLA guys, obviously, they're up in LA, so we're 25 miles away, but a 2-hour drive.
California traffic.
They know what I'm talking about. But they've been great. They've been receptive because you never know with that MD DC kind of button head sometimes. But I think the beauty of this setting is everybody has a certain role. Like I'm not going to try to diagnose ACLs or meniscus. It's like why would I? I've got the ortho right there. But in our office, that's something that we're trained to do. Now, the great thing is, like I said before, you get to ask that ortho or watch them do their thing. So guess what I get to learn? How to diagnose
learn how they do it.
Right? So it's like, it's a win-win. And they get to watch me, like a good friend of mine who's at Hogue Ortho. He was one of the gyms we were working out at. He came down to do his workout. I was finishing up mine, but I was doing Turkish get-ups. And so later on at breakfast and treatments, he goes, "What was that you were doing?" And so he got to learn, and he's a shoulder doc, ortho. He got to learn what Turkish get-up is. And he goes, "It looks like it's a really good exercise." And I said, "It's one of the best shoulder exercises on the planet. Like by and far, if it's done correctly, of course, that always matters." And he goes, "Okay, all right." And he's like, "Can you explain it to me?" So I walked him through it. And I'm like, here is an orthopedic surgeon, very smart. I mean, he's one of the smartest guys I've ever met. Giving you an understanding, he started another company to help develop machinery to clean up the ocean.
Well, yeah, so he's
while running an orthopedic clinic and seeing patients and providing surgeries. Like, that's this guy. You know, you're just like, okay, whatever you say, I trust. You're a smart guy. But he came to me and he's like, I had never seen that before. And I'm like, this is like, he just learned something. I've learned something. So it's when you have those run-ins, those experiences, it really is kind of cool, because that's the point of doctors, is you're always in a practice mode, right? You're always trying to learn and develop. So it's never like, oh, I know it all. I know some stuff, but I know I don't know a lot too, which is nice. So I truly love it. And we've talked about this in our clinic. It's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to work with other people who in our field might compete with them. I look at it like, I think that competition makes us better. You know, like you're way smarter than I am, but you push me to make sure I stay ahead of you. Right. So that's the beauty of it all. And then with Alvin and the rest of the group there, I see them pull exercises from us, and I see us pulling stuff from them. And I go, here we got 5 doctors that have, God knows how, 100+ years of experience.
Yeah, together,
Oh my. And I look at you and I'm like, you've got to be in Candyland right now. You've just got, I mean,
I didn't realize it. Yeah, I definitely didn't realize in the beginning. I'm like, if there's a bunch of knowledge here, I just have to go out there and just sometimes just watch. I've stolen so much from Alvin. The funny part is like when Alvin steals stuff from me, just because I feel it's not because like I don't know anything, right? It's not that. It's just more of in my mind, I feel like I'm still so new and still so fresh. And I remember him and actually Tom, one of the other PTs in our office, they're watching me bench, not because I was just doing something stupid in terms of benching, but how I was talking about bench setup for shoulder stuff. And they're just sitting there learning. And in my brain, I had to take a time out and pause and say, like, all right, you guys, who the people that I've been asking for, like, how do you do X, Y, and Z, and how do you treat this thing, asking me, someone that's new in the office, how do you do this, right?
Yes.
And that's just so surreal. So when we talk about integrative clinics like that, I feel like there's no better gold mine for a patient or for other doctors. It just pushes everyone to be better, and really 100%. For the patient's benefit.
Yep. And it's interesting because you can pick up a lot just from watching. You don't, like, even the strength coach for the Chargers, there's been a couple things I've seen him do, and I'm like, okay, why are you doing it that way? I'm not asking, why are you doing that move? I'm saying, why are you doing it that way? Because the way you do it, this is something I've preached for decades, the way you do it is way more important than that you're doing it. And so when you get this, like, dude, look at the beauty of that training room. We got strength coach at a professional level, who's one of the top strength coaches in the nation. You got the athletic training staff, orthopedic surgeon, medical doctors, internal medicine. And you're like, this is to me, it's like next to being in the gym all day and just playing in the gym. It's like my second favorite place to be because of that. And you get to, I guess the beauty of it is when you get to learn, especially at a young age, because you know stuff for sure. You just also realize you don't know everything.
Yeah.
And that is probably the best differentiator between people, is the people who are humble enough to go, I don't know everything. I know some stuff. I do this way because it's been working and it works so far. And if I find something better, I'm going to change it. But I'm going to look for the better while I treat the way I treat. And but I recognize 100% I don't know it all. And that's I guess it pushes you, drives you, keeps you humble and focused. And I think that's what I like. And again, not everybody likes it. And I think that's the one thing for any young docs out there, chiros, PTs, or otherwise, is, you have to figure yourself out too, because you are a unique soul, and it's like, you liked it. You didn't get it at first. You didn't quite understand what it could mean, but you're like, this is awesome. Like, this is fantastic. And so, and we work with people from 90 years old to 5.
Yeah. It's fun. It's a wide range. Oh yeah, don't doubt me now, Dottie. It's on record.
What?
I'll give him a second. But we get to work with just everyone, and it's kind of cool. Just to see the amount of differences, but also the amount of knowledge that even sometimes the patient will have. So like, I've done this well, done this not well, And sometimes, obviously, you have to take a step back and diagnose themselves, understand where they're coming from, and help them
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
just to be around all of it, it's pretty cool because now we can take bits and pieces of knowledge that have worked and haven't worked and just give a better product to the patient.
Yes, yes. So, well, all right, man. It's about my time to cut out because I
Yeah,
got to
I was about
go
to say,
eat food and get on a bus.
no problem. Well,
So
have fun tonight. Don't hurt yourself.
I'll try. I'll try that too. I think I got through most of them last night. So I think pregame, because a lot of the guys, I'll tell you what, the pregame stuff that I can talk about
Mhm,
is it's this game is always fun every year
mhm,
because there's probably 10 guys that are already being scouted by other teams. So
mhm,
this is their chance to put some on film on tape that the other team's like, oh, we need that because our team might have too many and they're not going to get there. It's interesting to watch them pregame, get ready, get prepped. It's very fun to watch the vets who've kind of created a relationship with some of the young guys and just kind of be there
yeah.
for them, listen, talk, chat, work through stuff. It's just it's an interesting game as a fly on the wall to just kind of watch how these professional athletes prepare themselves to go on the field.
Mhm.
And the scariest thing is like the most unknown.
No, yeah.
They don't
No,
know
yeah.
what's going to happen. You know what I mean? As far as not as far as the
Mhm,
game goes, but their careers. Because I think we're going to cut. I want to say we're between 35 and 40 guys this week. Um,
mhm,
so and they might be going home tomorrow.
yeah.
So as a team, the great thing about a lot of most teams that I know of, I can't speak for all, but most are really cool in the fact that what they'll do is the guys they realize we already have 4 superstars ahead of you. You're 5. So what I'm going to
Mhm,
do is I'm going to let you go today, so another team
mhm,
can get you as soon as possible and start getting you into their program. And so
mhm.
that's kind of the interesting to next couple of days to watch as a fan of the football game. So plus
Yeah.
we have our fantasy draft tomorrow too.
No,
So
that'll be fun. We might record that. I don't know. I'll ask if we want to.
shoot, but
Uh,
all right, man. Well, thanks for
well,
getting this set up for us so we could do this. It was fun.
no problem.
I do like the travel game, so we'll maybe do a little more video outside and
Yeah,
post it up. But
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
see you
We'll
guys on
figure it out
TV
as we
tonight.
go. Yeah, yeah. Well, if you see
Absolutely.
him, tag us. That'd be fun, and we'll kind of go from there. All right. So I'm Dr.
All right, sir.
David. That's Dr. Conley,
I'm Doc
and
T.
Dr. David. We're out.
See you guys next time.
Peace.